Hi guys, Martin here, and this is the YouTubers meetup video. So all the details and everything should be included in here. Basically, I've spoken to the events team at Warhammer World, and at first they didn't think it was something they were going to be able to do. And then basically the lady I spoke to somebody much higher up when I explained how many of us were going to be coming and how much money's probably going to go through at the very minimum Bugman's, but then people will obviously buy Forge World bits and Black Larry and just the general store. All of a sudden they got back to me and said, yeah, they were interested. so yeah, onwards and upwards with that. The dates for it, I can confirm, are the 22nd and 23rd of June. So that's the Monday and Tuesday. I'm going to pretty much organise everything with it. If anybody particularly wants to help out, then by all means give me a shout, and there might be a few little bits that I could do with help with here and there. And yeah, it's going to be a fun couple of days. So what's it going to involve? What do we need to do? What are the rules and regulations? There'll be more videos along the way up until June, and it'll explain more as we're going along. But let's get some basic stuff sort of up in the air. I've set up a Google Plus group because not everybody's on Facebook. So I've set up a Google Plus group because if you're on YouTube, then you pretty much must have a Google Plus account. So it's a private group, so I'll have to add you into it. So anybody that wants to come, I know there was a lot of interest on the last video I did for it, so now anybody that wants to come needs to just drop a comment in here or email me, and I'll invite you then into the Google Plus group, and that'll give you all information about what we're doing, when we're doing it, and any other bits and bobs that go along with it, and it'll have obviously all the times and stuff. Anybody that's going to be staying either the night before or the night after, obviously you need to sort a hotel out. I spoke with the local travel lodge, which is literally just off the canal. It's only a 10-15 minute walk from Warhammer World, and they're not willing to do any sort of group discounts because I can't guarantee how many rooms. So I thought, rather than me trying to arrange anything and having to pay for a load of rooms that might not get used, you guys sort your own accommodation out. Craig over at Terrain Direct said he knows some people that run B&Bs in Nottingham, so by all means hit him up for a message. He said he might be able to help people out with accommodation. And obviously just sort yourselves out there. There is no requirement to turn up both days. It's very, very much a casual event. It's going to take a bit of organising on my behalf to make sure it all runs fairly smoothly, but it's not a tournament. There's no prizes. We'll get back to that. There's no structure of a tournament where it's sort of set tiered games or anything like that with certificates and everything at the end. It's just a bit of fun and to all meet each other, whether you play the game or you don't play the game and you're just coming down to meet people and say hello, see the new Warhammer World, whatever your reasons are. 2 days, 1 day, that's absolutely fine. I'm in the bad books with the missus because the first Throne of Skulls tournament for 40k is actually the Saturday and Sunday beforehand. Now I was hoping it was going to be in May. It's not. It's fallen on this weekend, so that means I'll be going down to Warhammer World on the Friday, the 12th, and I won't be coming home until Tuesday, the 23rd. Not the 12th, sorry. I'm going down on the Friday and not coming home till the Tuesday. So the wife's not very impressed with me, but she's kind of accepting of the fact that I was going to be going 2 weekends, 2 lots of days anyway. I may as well do it all in one, and it's cheaper on fuel, etc. So I'll already be down there on the Sunday night anyway. Now I don't know what I'm doing accommodation wise on the Sunday night yet, but on the Monday night I'll be probably staying in the hotel around the corner, so I'll be staying where you guys are staying, I would imagine. And yeah, so I'm going to be down for the duration. As a result of that, because I'll have been down playing 5 games over the weekend plus whatever I play on the Fridays, practice games, I'm not going to be hell-bent on playing games on the Monday and Tuesday. I'm going to be more walking around making sure that everybody's all right and watching other people's games. I might get a game in. I'm not saying I won't play a game, but I'm not going to put priority on me getting a game. I'm going to be hopefully filming some other people's games and just general footage. On the note of filming, guys, yes, we've all got YouTube channels, so yes, we all like to do videos. One of the requirements of the event staff, and they were quite specific about this, is yes, we're allowed to video the games that we're doing. We're allowed to video general stuff of what we're doing. What we can't do is be walking around Warhammer World videoing like all the different areas, because it just falls into so many traps. There might be children walking around, and at that point, if you capture somebody else's child on video, there's all sorts of legalities. Even if it's not a child, it might be a case of, the example that was used was, you get some guys who go down there, all of a sudden their face shows up on camera, somebody spots them, somebody else spots them, blah, 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 blah. Wife didn't know they were there. There's all sorts of trouble. So if you're going to film videos, guys, and I'll go through this on the actual days anyway, is film footage of yourselves and the games that you're playing, but don't be going around filming everything else. You might see me doing some of that, but I'm going to sort my permissions out with them first. And also, if you're filming anything that has Warhammer Games Workshop's intellectual property, you can't really be putting adverts on your videos. So I'll be disabling the adverts for my videos on these particular ones. So just do the same. If they find that you're on there, then they'll do something to get your video shut down, and ultimately they won't let us back next year if it's successful and we do another year. So that takes care of the videos, that takes care of the hotels, the times that we're there. The guys who had said I might be able to incorporate a lift down there, I'm obviously not going to be able to do that now, because I'm going on the Friday for the tournament for 3 days. Unfortunately, guys, you're going to have to figure your own way down there. If anybody's got any questions with regards to travel, what we'll sort out is through the group, people might be able to combine lifts. There will be people going from different pockets of the country. We'll fathom it all out as a community and get there together. There's no charge for this event. That's an important thing to say. It's not costing anything other than your accommodation if you're staying for the night, your travel expenses to get there, and then obviously any food that you buy. I looked at setting something up with them with Warhammer World, where we would have the staff canteen and we'd be able to get a discounted meal through there. It's not feasible because it's a Monday and Tuesday. It is the staff canteen, and we can't expect them not to eat. So we'll all be eating in Bugman's, and all I would suggest is that we don't all go for lunch at 12 o'clock, because they won't be able to deal with the amount of us that are there. I'm reserving out 20 to 30 tables for this event, which I don't expect 60 of us to be going, but just from that initial response, there was easily 25 people wanting to go. So I think if I get the extra tables, it's fine. But what we need to start doing is getting into this group, this Google group that I've set up, and follow suit from Leeeeaadddyyy and Stephen Sayers. They've both thrown challenges down to each other in an epic format. Nick, that's potentially one of the funniest videos I've ever seen with your hoodie up. like literally one of the funniest videos I've ever seen. But it gave me all sorts of ideas. I was spoken with both Nick and Stephen, and I like it. I'm going to call the event, rather than YouTubers meet up at Warhammer World, we're going to call it Warhammer Mania, because that was very, very much a WWF, WWE as it is nowadays, sorry, showing my age. It was very, very much a WWE SmackDown sort of challenge thing going on. So I encourage every single one of you that wants to come to do one of those videos, challenge who you want to challenge. Let's get it in the Google Plus group as well, so that I can keep tabs on them, and I'll make sure that I've got some sort of structure to them then. But let's get some videos up. At that point, if anybody... I'm no good with Photoshop. I don't own a licensed copy of it or anything. And I've been looking at different like video graphics packages and After Effects templates and things. I can buy one of these templates for $30 or whatever, but I don't know how to edit it. If any of you guys are good with video graphics, whether it be Mac or whatever, I don't have a Mac, so I won't be able to probably receive it off a Mac. I don't know. You might be able to convert it. What I'm asking is, if anybody wants to donate some of their time into putting a video package together, please get in touch with me, because I've got some really cool ideas. I just don't know how to make it work. I can see like a wrestling match sort of thing with a Nick versus Steven and pictures of their armies and whatever. My mind's running away with itself. But I just think it just makes the event something a bit more fun as well. If we've got pre-arranged matches. If you don't want to pre-arrange a match, bring your army down and pick a game up. There should be enough people there. And ultimately, a game only takes so long. At the point of how long a game takes, let's try and keep it to 1,500 points, guys. If you really, 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 really want a big 2,500, 3,000 point game arranged against somebody, then that's fine, but it's going to take you most of the day to play. Whereas if you keep to 1,500 point games, you should get 2 to 3 games a day, depending on how quickly we run through things, and it'd be much more fun that way. From a challenge point of view, make as many challenges as you want, accept as many as you want. I'm going to use one big challenge off each group of people to set this Warhammer Mania event up. And here's my idea. I started thinking of wrestling. I went back to the 90s, late 80s, early 90s when I was watching wrestling, and all I could think of was Royal Rumble. I was like, right, how do we do this? So, either at the end of the first day, sort of whilst we're sat in Bugman's in the evening around a table, or around one of the gaming tables that we've got reserved out on the second afternoon, we're going to have a Royal Rumble. So I'm looking at the terrain guys here for somebody to step up and offer to make I don't know, maybe a 1 foot by 1 foot square ring, or even like an MMA cage, anything like that, something that can fit a load of minis in, and it needs to look, rather than just like a wrestling ring, it needs to look a bit more 40k-ish, futuristic. And let's do a Royal Rumble. I'm going to referee it. I'm going to run it all randomly through my laptop, and however many entrants we get, I know a Royal Rumble should be 30, it'd be great if we get 30 people in. You have got 150 points to spend on any independent character. So it has to be an independent character. It doesn't have to be a named character, but it can be. And it's on a first come first serve basis for the character. So if somebody wants to go Khosrow Khan, then that nobody else can be Khosrow Khan. If somebody wants to just be a Nurgle sorcerer, then of course we can have a few Nurgle sorcerers, because you'll have no name to it. You'll have to create a narrative. But in the named characters, we only need one of each of those. 150 points, and that's for the model, plus any equipment that you're given, any upgrades that you're given them. And with that 150 points, you will be given a number of 1 to 30, and then I will random.org each time. I'm going to select a number, and after every other round of combat, so we'll start off with 2 guys, two characters who will go into a round of combat, and it'll just be straight in, no charge bonus. So it will just be straight in, hand-to-hand combat. So think about what you're putting together here, guys. All rules will apply. Doesn't matter what saves you're entitled to, you'll get those. Instant death applies. Everything goes other than the charge bonus and counter-attack bonus. It will class as if it is the second round of combat, so hatred wouldn't work or anything like that either for first round. And every other round, a new member will join in. So it could be a case of nobody kills anybody and we have 30 characters all in the ring at once. When you come into the ring, you get to decide who you put your attacks onto. And you can split your attacks, and you can say 2 onto him, 1 onto him. If you get a character with 3 attacks, you do it however you want to, guys. I just think it'll be a bit of fun. 30 different characters possibly in a ring, and as they go out, they'll get eliminated out. I'm going to video the whole thing, and I'm going to put that obviously up on my channel. Other people are welcome to video it as well. I just think it'll be hilarious. The pictures I've got running through my mind are fantastic. Obviously, I'm looking at the likes of the terrain guys, Mel. If you're up for it, mate, then if you can make a ring, I say it only needs to be a 1v1 square. Could even incorporate it into Nick's terrain square for the month. Any of you guys that want to do it, hook me up. Let me know that you're going to make it, because obviously we don't want four rings all of a sudden made. And I think it'll just be a bit of good crack, a little bit of fun. And then I say we can either do it in the pub in the evening, or like around the table, or we can just use the second part of the afternoon, because I don't know how long it's going to take. But yeah, bit of fun. And that's definitely where the video editing stuff comes in, where it needs some of these After Effect things doing. So please, guys, get in touch with me for that. With regards to the armies, Obviously, it's got to be a Games Workshop game system that we're playing because we're on their premises, so it needs to be either 40k, Hobbit, Lord of the Ring, or Fantasy. Guessing from the people that have got back in touch with me, I think it's going to be predominantly 40k, but obviously the other games are welcome. Because it's not strictly run by GW, then the models do not have to be 100% GW. I wouldn't suggest that if you're going to bring a zombie army that you turn up with 100 Mantic zombies, only because I think they might just frown upon that a little bit, but there's no set ruling in place. Neither is there a rule in place that says your stuff has to be painted. It will be much nicer if it's painted, and if you can get it painted, great. But if it's grey miniatures or base coated miniatures or whatever, as long as it's there, that's fine. If you're going to use any proxy miniatures, and by proxy, for those of you that don't understand, who are only coming in like for your first few games, proxy means it's not the mini it's meant to be. Then you need to let me know in advance so that I can let anybody that you've challenged against. If you're not going into a challenge with somebody and you want to use a proxy, just check with your opponent first. It's standard gaming rules, guys, that are going to apply. Let's just keep it fun. If you're going to bring really hard-hitting list with big super heavies and Lords of War in there, again, I would suggest bring them by all means, but also bring an option without that, because some people might not want to play against you. And the more games you can have, the more fun you're going to have. So I think that pretty much covers everything. I probably missed something out. I need to start writing stuff down. But yeah, so 22nd, 23rd of June, which is the Monday, Tuesday. If you can make it both days, great. Hit me up for a comment so that I can invite you into the group, and then we can talk further inside there. Let me know what days you're coming. Let's get some challenges thrown down, and by all means, throw the challenge down and then make a video, or just make a video and just challenge somebody outright. Think about your 150 point character for the Royal Rumble. And then if somebody can make a wrestling ring, for needs of a better expression, and if somebody can help me with video graphics, please get in touch. And other than that, guys, let's look forward to it. It's going to be great. It's going to be epic. And any questions, just shout at me. Give me a shout rather than shouting at me. So again, the guys outside of the UK, because I know a few of you have said it, how great it would be to get over to us. You're more than welcome to come over. Obviously you are, but after speaking to a few of you, I understand the costs are phenomenal. So unless you're trying to tie it into a family holiday, then obviously I don't see it being viable for you. But it'd be great if you could. I know there's a couple of guys in Europe who have said that they might actually make it over from the likes of Belgium and etc., which would be fantastic if you can. So we'll cut it there, guys, and I'll see you in the next video, hopefully with some shiny graphics and some fantastic music and some proper wrestling style cheese video. Let me know your ideas and I'll see you soon. Cheers.